Hello, my health freedom loving friends. Miste Karlfeldt here with Health Freedom Idaho. What a day at the legislature. Am I right? Oh my gosh, it was so stressful. There we were listening to this whole presentation for over an hour thinking, I don't think our RS is even going to be heard. I don't think Senator Foreman's even going to have a chance to present. And we were getting pretty stressed out, I gotta tell you. And I think that was by design. And so, and then also there was a band of ladies that came from Twin Falls, which is Senator Hyder. He's the chairman of the Health and Welfare Committee, and they're from his district. So they drove all this way, they had their kids in tow. I felt so bad, and several parents had to leave the room, which was just crappy. I mean, they could have heard our bill first. It was much shorter than the presentation we all sat through, and then the parents that were there would have had a chance to hear everything. Luckily, you know, we videoed it and stuff, so it was fine. But anyway, it was a stressful day. Then we had to listen to their arguments. You know, Senator Foreman did an awesome job presenting. I mean, he just did great. He did so awesome keeping everybody on point, because the legislators were trying to sort of debate all these different arguments, which I'll get into in just a minute, and he just kept them on point. We are discussing this statute. What we need to do is make sure that this statute is clear enough for the parents and the school to know exactly what to do. So let's just focus on the statute. We can talk about the other things at another time. And he did a really good job keeping everybody on point. They tried to bring up other things. And I really felt like, you know, the citizens didn't get to be heard today. And they'll tell you that, oh, well, you know, there's not that discussion at a print hearing. However, they just had a print hearing yesterday where they let everybody have like 3 minutes to speak, but not today. Today, the parents definitely felt that today was about the legislators speaking at us, as if they're really going through what we're going through right now, and they need to tell us how it's working out. And my favorite quote of the day was when they said that all the parties involved have come together and made this new form. So everybody should be happy. Well, I'm sorry, what parties involved? Because we weren't there. Health Freedom Idaho wasn't there. The executive committee wasn't there. Sarah Brady wasn't there. One of the ladies that had her kindergartner denied access to school, elementary school. I don't think she was in on the discussion of all the parties involved discussing the form and being happy with it. That's not the case. We would have liked to have been involved so we could show them the statute and say, hey, but actually the statute says just a parent-signed statement, not a form. So anyway, that was one of my favorite quotes of the day, I guess I should say. And then you know, Senator Foreman did an awesome job. Please email him and thank him. It was not easy. And then Senator Potts brought it home. It was like the final touchdown. He was so on the side of liberty. It was such a beautiful thing. I wanted to stand and give him an ovation. Yes, liberty, parents' rights, exactly. It's all about the parents, not the state, not a form, not a filing system. Yeah, parental authority. It was just awesome. That part was awesome. Please email Senator Potts and thank him for his support today. We really need to encourage those that voted in favor to hear our bill, and we need to educate those that voted on the other side today. What's interesting is last legislative session, everybody except for Senator Jordan voted in favor to hear our bill. Kind of curious why this year it was such a debate on whether to hear the bill or not. So the big concern obviously is that the same thing that's going to happen last year is going to happen this year, and Senator Hyder is going to put that bill that's now going to be printed in the drawer, never to be heard. We cannot allow that to happen. The citizens must be heard. And bravo to you, health freedom lovers. Bravo to you, because you made this happen. I know. I am 100% certain that you made this happen today. Because last I heard, only Senator Foreman was going to be voting in favor of it. I believed that Senator Potts would as well. I hadn't had that confirmed. But the rest of them have received so much pressure from the Health and Welfare Department not to have this bill be heard. And for whatever reason, they decided to come up with other arguments that had really nothing to do with the statute. So please, especially if one of those legislators is your representative, you should definitely let them know. I'm in your district. It's important to me that you vote this way. Please vote in favor of the statute being clarified regarding the vaccine exemption form. Okay, so I wrote down a few points today that I want to get into. Okay, notification. Okay, parents, how many of you get inundated with emails from the schools? I have 4 kids. I receive a bazillion email notifications. It's really hard to get my work done because there's so many email notifications from the school. So I know damn well the school knows how to contact me and let me know what's going on at the school. They have no problem letting me know about events, about fundraisers. They have no problem sending out a mass email. So I know they could easily send out an email and say, hey parents, there's been an outbreak of measles. You decide if the kid comes to school tomorrow or not. That's all they need to do, right? And they can easily do that. They have my email address. I'm certain of it. Okay, let's talk about the filing system. I love my friend Sarah Clendenin. She's just so awesome. And she said, my rights don't end where your filing system begins. Amen. That's right. Your filing system is not more important than my rights. I own a property management business. I have filing systems. I open the drawer. I pull out the file with the person's name on it. I look in there. I find the piece of paper that I need. It can be on my form. It can be on another piece of paper. I have my own forms, obviously, but also tenants write me notifications. It's in there on a piece of paper that I can find easily in a file. Your filing system is not my concern. My rights of my child are my concern. Okay, let's see. Oh, the form, obviously the form changing is a concern. They're like, well, look, we've made this form and all parties agree. No, first of all, the statute doesn't say that it's required to be on a form. It's a parent signed statement, okay? That's you, the parent, saying, I'm opting out. Miste Karlfeldt. That's it. I don't need to provide my child's HIPAA protected information to the school. It is none of their business. They can notify me if there's an outbreak, and I, the parent, can choose to do what I want to do with that information. It is not, this is a reach around. You know that, right? This is a reach around for HIPAA protected information and also for IRIS information. Okay, so that leads me to the other thing. Let's say they said, no, well, look, this form is fine, right? Well, the Department of Health changed that form in February and also again in October without any oversight, without anybody signing off on it, without anybody agreeing to it. So what does that mean to you, parents? That means that they can change that form anytime they want to. And they can put whatever they want on that form and then force schools to require the form. That's what's happening. Just as easy as they fix the form, they can make it what they want it to be, just like that. No, no, no. We're not going to agree to a form. That's why the statute is so clear and is on the side of parental rights, that it just needs to be a signed statement. Okay, so let's talk about school exclusion. This was a huge point today, that they want to exclude your child from school. Let's say if there's a measles outbreak, right? They want to send your child home right away. That is not your choice. I don't know how to say that so you understand. It's not your choice, schools. It's not your choice, health department. It was so easy when my kids were little. And they're in 2nd grade, and I heard that, oh, they're going to send everybody home, the kids home if they haven't had the measles vaccine. Oh, that's fine. It's the 2nd grade. It doesn't matter. Everything changes when they're in high school. And I'm in that phase now with my oldest ones, and they have their eyes set on college and their future and where they're going. And they have to have X amount of days at school to do that. So no, you can't take a blanket statement like that, a blanket policy, and apply it to everybody at every age. You cannot do that. That's why it's a parental right to decide. I'm going to discuss that with my teenager. We're going to look at their plans and their future. Did you know that there was a neighboring state where they did actually exclude kids from school? And do you know what the repercussion, they're going to say the unintended consequences of that was? A child committed suicide because he was so excited about his future and he felt it slipping away and being robbed from him because he couldn't attend school. And there was no help from the teachers to make sure that he could keep up on his studies. This very studious, straight A student kid, an awesome kid, losing his future so he took his life. Are you kidding me? How is that better than getting the measles? It's not better. I guarantee you his parents don't feel like that's better, but they didn't get to make that choice. Okay, and here's my last point. Let's talk about how the unvaccinated are being treated like second-class citizens. This really is weighing on my heart. Because how long is it before we segregate those that haven't been vaccinated from those that have been? How long until that's an issue? How long before they say that the unvaccinated can't use the public water fountain? You can't segregate. We're Americans. We're Idahoans. All of our liberties are equal. These children deserve a right to education, not based on their medical status. That is not the business of the state. It's not the business of the school. It's the business of the parent and the doctor and the child. That's it. We need to get back to that agreement. Now, why do you think that the Health and Welfare Department is so concerned that they are talking to all of these legislators and telling them not to pass this bill? Why do you think it was so important last year that the governor came down and told the chairman not to hear the bill? That's the executive committee mixing in with the the executive branch mixing in with the legislative branch, and that is not his job. He might have veto power, but he does not have the power to come down and tell the legislators how to vote or what bills to hear. That is not his place. And why do you think they're all giving so much pressure? Okay, we're heading in. Now the bill's going to be printed. We don't want him to put it in the drawer. We want him to hear the bill. So this is on you, parents. It's time to keep up the pressure. Don't get tired. Don't get weary. Don't get sidetracked. Keep on, because it's so important. The Health and Welfare Department is playing their cards. It is so important to them. To have that control of that form is so important to them. No. The statute is important to us. Liberty is important to us. Parental rights is important to us. HIPAA-protected medical information of our child is important to us. And the legislators need to be reminded of that. Don't forget that voting day is going to be coming up in May. Okay? All of those legislators that voted no today, you need to check and see who's running against them. See if you've got a liberty lover running against your current legislator. And make a change on voting day. So we don't have this kind of day. This kind of exhausting day trying to defend our parental rights. Keep up the good work, moms and dads. It was awesome to see you there today. They were surprised at how many people were there. Well, usually there's not so many people on the Health and Welfare Committee. That's right, because the parents are waking up and the parents are paying attention. Well done.